Hi y'all, Jeff here from Jeff's Cars, and this is actually another video regarding recreational vehicles, RVs. They're classified travel trailers, fifth wheels, motorhomes, Class C, Class B, Class A. So for those of you out there, and I've seen some stuff on Instagram and whatnot, that a fifth wheel is not classified an RV, well, you're wrong. A fifth wheel is an RV, it's a recreational vehicle. However, that's not the topic of my conversation today. I've seen some very disruptive and very discouraging videos in the last week or two regarding how people are perceiving what is the manufacturer's problem versus the owner taking ownership. And my first video on this, it was regarding weight. And I'm going to prove to everybody today on this video, because we're going to do a walk around of my travel trailer, and I'll give you the specs of how quickly and easy it is to overload. The one video I caught was somebody traveling from way up north to down into, down to the south in the United States. Actually, it was beyond that, but I'm not going to divulge who it was. And it appeared that they had about a 27 or 29 foot travel trailer, and they had all kinds of problems. Leaf springs flattening out, axles bending, brakes, ovaling out. Well, I guarantee you that when you're traveling that distance, you overloaded your trailer, and needless to say, I can probably go towards the manufacturer on this, even though they didn't follow the proper process. But I'm going to prove to you, and this is a pretty good sized travel trailer, and I'm going to prove how quickly and how easy it is to overload a travel trailer. So let's get started. I'm going to grab the camera and we're going to go outside, and I'm going to show you, start with the front compartment, and we'll talk about how much weight all of these compartments do. So here we go. So as we do this, I want to walk around. This is the travel trailer on the inside. Now, my wife and I have not set it up to go camping yet. So there are some things in here that we leave in over the winter. And keep in mind, this is June and we have yet to take this out. But there are things that we have left in the trailer that we would normally we wouldn't take out because there's no reason to. So here we are on the outside of this travel trailer. This is a Sabre by Palomino 31RLDS. And for those of you in the RV or that are just new to the RV industry, this is a 31-foot rear living room double slide. That's what that means. So you can kind of see what, how these things, how they're the nomenclature of the model numbers. So this is on the passenger side, and as you see, this front compartment, it's a pass-through compartment. It's full. Okay, let's go around to the other side. And by the way, we're looking at the model. And this is what a lot of people do, is they carry a lot of stuff. Here's all the sewer hoses and connections and water hoses and so on and so forth. Every RVer carries extra stuff because you never know what's going to break and so forth. But here's the passenger side. Now this travel trailer has extra options of things that were probably not included on the build or original build when they set aside the when they weighted it out at the very beginning. Like this one here happens to have a bike rack that folds down that you can put your bicycles on. But be that as it is, that's probably an extra option. That's probably an extra, I don't know, probably 200 pounds back there. And then when you put bicycles on it, add another couple 100 pounds. But here's the bedroom. Now, keep in mind, my wife and I have not completely loaded it, but it's loaded somewhat from last year. She's got a few things in their closet. There's some stuff up in the overhead. This does not have a slide out in the bedroom. Got a drawer on each side for the side tables. And of course, it does have under the bed storage, which would be a little hard for me to lift up with the camera, but you know, there's a way to load lots of stuff there. Here's a couple things that would not fit in the front, so we put them in the bedroom. Typical standard bathroom, kind of a Jack and Jill kind of concept. Not a lot of weight in here because you know it's usually things like, you know, toiletries and things like that. You know, and then you have toilet paper and some of the other necessities for your, you know, for your tank. Of course, then there's, you know, you got trash can, so on and so forth. This one happens to have a side closet as you come in. Not a lot of weight in there, but there's still some weight because you got your first aid kit and some jackets. Of course, the refrigerator, we don't have really anything in it. Freezer we do have because we're storing stuff from the house out here. I'm plugged in. I built my own, have my own outlet. Kitchen. Of course, this one has a slide out pantry. Not much in here, you know, a couple canned goods. And then down here, you know, more storage, aluminum foil, trash bags, all kinds of things. And then all the pots and pans are stored down under there. And we have coffee maker, all kinds of stuff. I mean, I'm not going to open each of the drawers, but you can see the drawers. They're full. Here's the cabinet, one of the cabinets above the sink. Here's another cabinet. Then we've got cabinets back here. Now, because this one does not have a linen closet, we store our linens back here in the back. Plus, then we've got storage down here. Now, I'm going to put the camera back on the tripod, and I've gone through and kind of estimated the weight of all the items that are in the trailer, and we're going to talk about that. Okay? This trailer, we're not quite all set, ready to go, but because I know, and I've done the research on this trailer has two 5,000-pound axles, so they're 5,000-pound axles, and they're the springs that correlate with each one. There's 1,000 pounds on the hitch, so that means I can put 1,000 pounds on the hitch. So this trailer has actually 11,002 pounds GVWR. That means 11,002 or 11,000. I'm going to round it to 11,000 pounds total carrying capacity. Period. I mean, that's the total that I can load it. That's including everything, the way the trailer is built. Empty, this trailer weighs 8,650 pounds. So that means I have a carrying capacity of stuff I can put in it, and that's in addition to additional options that were not calculated with this build. Now, this one came pretty much with everything. I think the only option, well, I do have a couple of max air vent covers on top. It did come standard with the motorized awning. I think the 6-gallon water heater was standard, and a 10-gallon is optional. Those amount to, may amount to, another 20 or 30 pounds. But my total carrying capacity is 2,350 pounds. Now, with that said, I went through and I calculated everything from front to back. That front compartment, you saw, it was full with the rugs, the Blackstone, portable Blackstone grill. I think there are 5 chairs. There's two what do you call it, gravity chairs, plus the other chairs, plus there's blocks of wood. That whole front end, I mean, that compartment is full, plus you got to calculate the propane that's sitting up there. If those tanks are full, what they weigh. Plus, if you have one more battery, well, when the trailer goes to the manufacturer, the battery is not included in the weight, so you got to add that. So, and I may be actually a little light, but I'm figuring 500 pounds just in that front end. So there, in addition to what the 1,100 or 1,000 pounds tongue weight, or hitch weight, I'm using up 500 of it just in that compartment of the propane tank. The bedroom, the clothes, and what's underneath there currently is 160. Now, when we travel, we camp, we actually store soda pop, can pop, flats of bottled water. That all goes up underneath the bed. Plus, there's a couple extra blankets up underneath there. Various different things that, that's a good place to store because there's a lot of room. So right now, with what's actually in there, is 160 pounds. The bath, not much stuff in there. Maybe 40 pounds, and I might be a little heavy there, but let's go with the 40 pounds. There at the entry door, there's probably 20 pounds worth of stuff. In the refrigerator, which is actually in the freezer, there's probably 20 pounds. There's probably 185 pounds right here in the kitchen area. And then in the living area, I calculated about 280 pounds. So right now, with what is loaded in this trailer, that's 1,205 pounds. So I had a carrying capacity of 2,350. Okay, I still have 1,000 pounds, but wait, not 1,100, but wait, there's more. I haven't loaded the food. I haven't carried any food in here or in the pantry. That could be at least another 80, and I'm guessing that's going to be 100, because if you're going to camp for a 3 or a 5 day weekend, like over a holiday, like the upcoming 4th of July, that could actually double. Okay, but I'm going to be conservative at 80. Another 80 pounds worth of soda and water flats, and that gets heavy by the time you get cases or beer. That's all heavy, and so that adds up. But I'm going to go light because we're talking a 4-day weekend. Let's go a 4-day weekend outing. Clothes. Now, we don't know what the weather's going to be. Let's say this is Memorial Day weekend or Labor Day weekend, especially in Nebraska, where it could be cold one night and warm the next day. But I guarantee you my wife would figure out how to get another 80 pounds worth of clothes in here. Guaranteed. It's going to happen. And then, let's say you only are going to a place where you've got electric only. No water to hook up to, and it's electric only. So you got to carry your water. Now this trailer, I believe, has a 60-gallon freshwater tank. 60 gallons. We know what water weighs, right? 8 pounds per gallon. Okay, now keep that in mind, because I was probably a little light on the soda, because carrying 80 pounds worth of soda, actually you probably want to add a 1 in front of that, because by the time you carry flats of water and soda, you're going to be at 180 pounds. But to put water in the water tank, and this one's a 60-gallon, because I know I've got 2 gray tanks. I got one for the kitchen and one for the bathroom shower. And I think those are 32 gallons each, plus the black tank. So 8 pounds per gallon. It's actually 8 point something, but we're going to just round it down a little bit to 8 pounds per gallon. That's 480 pounds. With that is 780 pounds of just being conservative. So now I'm at 1,985 total pounds. I have less than 400 pounds, and I was light on the water, and I'm probably light on the soda. So folks, there you have it. That's how easy it is to overload your travel trailer, your fifth wheel, especially in those, because we take too much stuff. And folks, when a manufacturer is when you're trying to warranty, and Dexter Axle is a great axle company. I don't know any of the others, but I'm familiar with Dexter back in my day. They're great at making sure they technically overbuild a little bit, but they're not going to overbuild. You put another 400 or 500 pounds in here, and you have met the capacity of the trailer. And some of it's got to go to the front. Now here's the other thing: level towing. I have seen people out there in the RV industry, in the world, where they're towing high front or low front. You're putting stress on that axle. You must tow those axle, your trailer level, so that you're equally distributing the weight between the two axles. If you're heavy on the front, guess what? You risk having a blowout, or you risk the springs on that front axle. So I'm telling you folks, you know, there are more and more RVers, especially the snowbirds, that may not realize when they're going from Minnesota to Arizona or Florida or wherever they're going for the winter, that you're overloading your fifth wheel or your travel trailer. Motorhomes, that's a different animal, but we're not going to get into that today. I'm just talking about the towable industry. Be careful out there. It's a safety thing. I wish sometimes some states, you know, as an RVer, you can go by the weigh scales, but I guarantee you, if the state troopers would pull you over to try and, you know, do a weight while you're driving down the highway like they do the tractor trailers, I'll bet you 75% would fail. They're overweight. That's my rant. Be careful out there. Safety is primary number one. And by the way, if you're overweight and you're towing this thing at the speed limits on the interstates at 70 mile an hour, you're risking your own life, because that trailer will get away from you in rapid hurry. That's my rant. Be safe out there. Thanks for watching.